Hi, this is Colton with North Island Nissan, and behind me I've got our 2019 Nissan Qashqai SL. Sorry for all the road noise there. But this is a gorgeous vehicle. It's only got just over 13,000 kilometers on it. It is the SL Platinum model, so it gets the LED headlights in there, the Bose audio, and a couple of the extras that just the base SL doesn't have. This one brand new retails for about $38,000, so it's a wicked deal for this one, only being just 2 years old now and only 13,000 kilometers on it. It's in the beautiful pearl white color, so it does have a little bit of a shimmer to the paint there, which is always really nice. I do prefer it over just the flat white that they have on their base models. Of course, it's got the fog lights and everything down below. There's the machine cut aluminum alloy wheels down there. So I'm just going to go all the way around the outside, and I'll pop in the inside a couple times as well and go over some of the features and the condition of it too. The SL, of course, does have a full leather interior with it. It is a manual passenger seat, but you do get a power driver seat with lumbar control. I will go over a few more of the features when I come around to the driver's side. It does have the rubber floor mats in there as well. Always a nice addition. Anywhere that you'd be putting your arms, it is a nice soft touch material there too. Almost like a kind of like a memory foam with that leather wrap over top of it. One of the seats here is folded down, but you do get decent back seat space back here. I've done a road trip as far as Christina Lake in my 2017 model, and I did have a friend in the back as well as the front passenger seat. We had a ton of stuff. My dog came with me as well. We were packed in there pretty tight, but we definitely made it. It was a good 12-hour drive or so. This back area I really like. So you can see with the seat folded down there, you get quite a bit of space. And that seat does fold down flush with the panels back here too. So these panels are one of my favorite things back here. So you get all the storage space underneath these guys. You've got about 3 or 4 inches below that for extra storage space. This front one can actually go straight up and down like that. So if you have anything that might be rolling around, you can keep it in the pocket that it creates right there. Or if you just want to separate your groceries, you can put some in the front and some in the back right there. So both of these panels do lift up. If you need the extra space, you can either pull them out completely or sit them flat on the bottom level, but you get all the space with it there. And then it's really nice. So I've got a German Shepherd dog that rides in the back of my vehicle, and so he'll actually sit on top of these platforms. I've got a cargo mat to try and help with the dirt and hair a little bit. It helps a bit, but it's really nice because he'll sit on top of there, and then I don't completely lose my cargo area because I still have all the space underneath. So I get my jumping cables. I think I've got a rock climbing harness and a rope down there, as well as a bike pump. I have the little feet for the bike pump stick out the sides there, so it works really nice for my situation. And there's a good enough space. I have slept in the back a couple times, but it's a little tight to do. I think my legs were crunched up a little bit, but I've done it a couple times, made it work. All right, now going over to the driver's side here, on both the front door handles, there's a button to lock and unlock the vehicle. So you never actually need to take the key out of your pocket because it is a push button start, but it does come with an intelligent remote start. We'll go over that in a moment when I get to the climate controls. On the door here, we have our power locks, windows, and mirrors. And then you got your power seat controls just down there. Give you a shot of the seat real quick. I'll go to a wide angle lens here quickly, just so you can kind of get an overall view of it. You do have a sunroof up top there. Awesome. All right, jumping in. Close the door here. To the left of the steering wheel, we do have our lights. There are auto headlights on this one, and then on the inside there is your fog light controls. Down to the left, there are a few buttons down here. The first one's for your traction control. This one is for the steering assistant, which I'll go over in a moment. Heated steering wheel, which is always nice to have. All-wheel drive lock. The all-wheel drive will work automatically, but if you know you're going to be going in 3 or 4 feet of snow, you can lock it in if you like to. It stays locked in up to 40 kilometers an hour. And then there's an eco mode as well, in case you want. It gives you a little bit less acceleration, but of course will save you a little bit in fuel. I'll start it up real quick. And so on the steering wheel, we do have volume controls for the radio. That'll just turn the volume up and down. These will skip to the next song if you're listening to your phone for playlist, or it'll skip to the next preset if you're on the radio. These 4 arrow buttons and the OK button there will change the screen directly in front of the steering wheel. So you can just kind of choose what you have displayed up. There's one for fuel economy, there's tire pressure. That one will show you what wheels get power 1 for the 4x4. So lots of good things up there that you can have. On the right side of the screen is our cruise control. So this blue button acts as your cruise control on button. So if I click that, It'll pop up at the top there saying your cruise control's on, and then you have to set your speed or resume it. This button here is for the intelligent cruise control. So if you set your speed at say 120 for the highway and somebody in front of you slows down below 120, this will match their speed, so you don't need to be adjusting your cruise control. And if you click that button, it'll set the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you there. So you don't need to be constantly adjusting the cruise control. And then the second part of that I mentioned earlier, but there's the ProPilot Assist in it as well. So there's the second steering wheel button down here. This will turn the steering assistant on and off. I did have it on before I got out there, but pretty much what that will do is, as long as it's a nice day like today, we've got the sun shining, as long as the camera up front up here can see the lines on the road, it'll actually steer you in between those lines. Now it is assisted steering, not self-steering, so you do still have to have your hands on the steering wheel. It needs to feel a little bit of resistance from you, but I've driven as far as Piercy Road going down to Courtney there, and it drove the entire way there. I was really impressed with it. I did try going on the road up north, and it's a single lane highway. I didn't like it up there as much because there's lots of logging trucks passing by, and I always prefer to be closer to the shoulder of the road, and of course wants to keep you right in the center of it. So I didn't like it on the road going up north as much, but the double lane highway going down island, it worked really well, and I was really impressed with it there. So if you do come up to take it for a drive, I do recommend checking that one out. Some people hate cruise control and they'll never use it, so of course you can just keep it turned off if you like, but it is a kind of a neat feature that they're putting in a lot of their vehicles now. Going to the center console here, you do get there's Sirius XM if you'd like to subscribe to that. There's the Bluetooth calling and audio as well, and then there is maps and navigation in the SL trim level, and then one of my favorite features is the 360 camera in it. So when you go into reverse, on the left side of the screen is your regular backup camera. On the right side of the screen you get a 360 view around the vehicle. There are cameras off the bottom of the mirrors here, so if I put my hand over there, there it is, you can kind of see my hand waving underneath the mirror there. So it just uses 4 cameras and then stitches them all together really well. I'm just on a gravel parking lot right now, but if you are in between parking lines, you can see exactly where those lines are beside you. You can see if you're crooked or if you're over to one side further than the other. It makes parking really easy. The MOD in the corner up there does stand for moving object detection. So if somebody walks by any one of those cameras, it'll highlight whatever camera they walk by and give you a quick two beeps letting you know that they're there as well. Down below that is our dual climate control. This you can see right now I do have 2 separate temperature sets, so you can set temperature for each side of the vehicle. Now I talked about the remote start briefly earlier there. So the remote start works by hitting the lock button and then holding down the start button, but the intelligent remote start will actually, because it's a digital climate control, it's not a physical dial for where the temperature is. It'll automatically sense the temperature outside. Right now I've got 8 degrees out there, so it's pretty warm, but if it gets to, I believe, 4 degrees or below, it'll put a little frost mark up there. So if it is cold out, it will automatically turn your heat on when you use the remote start. It'll turn your front and rear windshield defroster on. It'll do your heated mirrors, and if it's cold enough, it'll do your heated steering wheel as well. And in the summertime, it'll do the exact opposite. Or if you use it in the evening, if it's hot out, it'll turn your air conditioning on and cool everything down. So it doesn't just go to the last temperature you had set. It will automatically adjust it for you, which is a really nice addition. Down below that, we do have a charging port for your phone. There's an auxiliary port there. There's a electric parking brake as well. On the gear shifter, if you go into drive, there is a manual mode that you can shift into as well. So you just push it up to shift up a gear or down to shift down a gear. It's not going to do it for me right now because I'm not moving anywhere, but it will show you what gear you're in just up there. If I click it forward, it'll just flash at me. So you can manually shift through 7 different gear ratios. And then you got your heated seat controls just behind the cup holders there. There's a little pocket that you can keep, I keep change in mine, but it's kind of a mess and there's dog hair in it, so I don't recommend that. But it works. I'm not sure what else you keep in there. Wallet maybe, good size for a wallet. Then you got your center console. There is a fast charging port for a phone inside the center console, as well as another 12-volt plug-in. A couple pen holders on the top of it. And then again, soft touch material up there. And yeah, we've got the sunroof up there. So it's a really nice vehicle. I absolutely love my Qashqai. I bought it brand new back in 2017 there. If there is anything specific on this vehicle that you'd like to see that I may have missed in this video, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to throw another one together for you. But I do hope you enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.